big attendance listening on Armed Forces Radio, and we're certainly glad to have all of you folks with us. And we're looking forward to a great afternoon of football here at Legion Field in Birmingham. Also, in addition to our stations that span the state of Alabama, a lot of stations outside of the state are picking up our broadcast today. WXTA in Spartanburg, South Carolina, WCYS in Marianna, Florida, WMYR in Fort Myers, Florida, WKAC in Miami, Florida, WGAU in Athens, Georgia, WKIS in Orlando, Florida, WYCL in North, South Carolina, KMLB in Monroe, Louisiana, WHBQ in Memphis, WLIL in Lenore City, Tennessee, WCRK in Morristown, Tennessee, which is the home of Alabama's John David Rich, WLIG in Shelbyville, LIJ in Shelbyville, WCAD in Paducah, Kentucky, WFCR in Hammond, Louisiana, and WSB-FM in Atlanta, Georgia. Individual player introductions are being made on the field right now. The officials for the game this afternoon, the referee is Charles Bowen, the umpire is Harvey Hardy, the linesman is M.M. Savette, the field judge is Doug Mosley, the back judge is Jimmy Cole, and the clock operator is Richard Vollmer. The coaches have been verbally sparring all week. Johnny Vaught of Ole Miss has said that the Alabama football team is one of the nation's great football teams this year. He says Alabama made some mistakes early, but they're straightening all those out now, and I'm awfully worried about their quickness. Coach Paul Bryan of the Crimson Tide says we don't have enough quickness, and Bryan has been extremely worried about the Alabama running attack. Your play-by-play announcer for this afternoon, the familiar voice of the Alabama Crimson Tide, John Forney.
Thanks, Dan, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, members of the armed forces all over the world. A colorful afternoon, and what should be a terrific football game. Alabama about a touchdown favorite. Alabama has won one and tied one. Ole Miss has lost one and won one. Kicking off for Alabama, deadly sure. Alabama with the benefit of about a 12-mile-an-hour breeze at their back. Ole Miss has three men deep. Their advances. This ball game is underway. It's a high kick, not too deep, going to Bowen. As the wind takes it back to the 3-yard line, he brings it to the 15, to the 20, and 21-yard line. He is putted down hard. Mickey Lee, member of the specialty squad, and Robert Higginbottom. Team in to really put a shoulder to him at just past the 21-yard line. The referee gives him a full forward motion close to the 22. So we'll call the line of scrimmage. The Ole Miss 22-yard line, a 19-yard return. Alabama's defensive unit is deploying on the field. Sam Moss and Mike Ford, Bobby Johns, Eddie Pope. As Ole Miss wheels it out, Upper Father, senior Bruce Newell from Meridian. With wide man, left and right. Here's the snap. The handoff to tailback Bowen. Hyman takes it to the 30-yard line. A big hole over Alabama's defensive left side, and Eddie Pope had to bring it down after an 8-yard gallop. Steve Hyman, junior from Houston, Mississippi, and the brother of Stan Hyman, the Ole Miss All-American of several seasons ago, has done the work for us, and he ran it out 8 yards. He is in the deep spot along with Wade. Short flanker to the left with Newell starting signals. Newell to Wade. Wade on a penalty play. Bucks his way up to about the 33-yard line. He got the first down, but a penalty flag was thrown.
John, there is a defensive change for Alabama. The first time I've seen this year. Mike Riley is playing the defensive left tackle, and Wayne Owens is playing the middle guard spot. And normally, Riley plays the middle guard, but he is playing the defensive left tackle this afternoon.
Wayne Owens was hurt on that play, and he is hobbling off the field. As it is now, the line of scrimmage is the 25-yard line. Second down, 7 yards to go. Strong side is right. Here's the pitch back to Hyman. Hyman to the 30, to the 32-yard line, and close to that first down. Dickie Thompson, Bob Childs, and Eddie Pope in there making the tackle. Ole Miss game plan certainly seems that they will work on the Alabama left side. That is going to be close enough to the first down marker for a measurement. The officials have taken a look, and they say it is about a foot short, a little bit more than a foot short. Well, they've got the yard marker on the 33 across the way, and the ball is on the 32. So it's first down and 11 to go. First and 11. Here's a fumble in the backfield. Dived on by Ole Miss at the 31-yard line. Bobby Wade jumped in there on it. I believe Alvin Sample and Mike Riley made a good charge over the Ole Miss center and caused Bruce Newell to fumble that handoff. About a yard. We were not being facetious on that because the first down chain is on the 33-yard line. The second down about 11 and a half. Bruce Newell rolling left. He is going to be hit. Dropped for a loss back to the 23-yard line. Mike Ford making the big play. Mike Riley, a couple of mics coming through big for Alabama. 13 minutes, 5 seconds remaining to play in the first period. There is no score. Ole Miss and Alabama. Back to the 24-yard line. Bruce Newell was rolling to his left. End of the ball game on third down and long yardage is the kicker, Julian Fagan. So Ole Miss may well be going to punt on third down. Ricky Thompson drops back as a single safety. Fagan will be kicking against the stiff breeze. He's averaged 42.2. Here's the snap. It's a low pass. He is going to punt. It's off the side of his foot. It hits at the Alabama 45. Takes an Ole Miss roll back to the 35. Inside the 30 to the 28-yard line where it will be down. Back in action here from the split backfield. Kenny Stabler directs the attack. He hands. His tailback is backed up after about a yard gain by right end Mac McClure. The runner was David Chatwood. David is a senior from Fairhope, Alabama. Pick up a close to 2 yards on that. We'll call it second and a short 9 to go. The ball just shy of the 30-yard line on the hash mark. Dennis Holman split very wide to the right. Donnie Sutton flanks to the left side. Kenny Stabler. Stabler drops back. Jump pass is incomplete and intended for Eddie Morgan at the 40-yard line. But the pass is thrown behind Eddie. He was open and he was moving. Third down. 9 yards to go. The ball just short of the 30. Alabama with their wind at their back. Jerry Kilgore into the ball game, replacing Billy Johnson at offensive center. Holman wide to the right. Double covered by 2 men over there. Draw play is wrapped up with ease by Claude Herard for no gain. Draw play to Chatwood and big Claude Herard from Eupora, Mississippi. 6'3" and 215. Gave him a bear hug and dropped in for no gain whatsoever. So it's fourth down coming. There is no score. 11:30 left to play in the first period. Single safety for the Ole Miss Rebels. It's Bill Matthews, the wingback. Steve Davis is going to shift them to punt formation. He will kick it from about the 20-yard line. Strong breeze at Steve's back. Here's the snap. The boot is in the air. It's floating down toward Matthews at the 27-yard line. Matthews to the 30. Matthews to the 40. Matthews outside at the 50-yard line and thrown out of bounds by the punter, Steve Davis, at the 47-yard line in Alabama territory. Deadwood over there to help out. But a good run back by wingback Bill Matthews, a senior from Benoit, Mississippi, and he came flying in there. Bill Jones goes in at wingback. Good field position for the Ole Miss Rebels. 11 minutes left, no score. Alabama's defense, 30 moments ago, was Wayne Owen out with an injury. The strong side is left. Bruce Newell directs the attack. He takes away, hands to Hyman. Hyman at left tackle, gets across the 45 to the 44-yard line. Steve Hyman, Mike Ford made the hit. Alvin Samples helped him out. Moving from the 47 to the 44. Second down, 7 yards to go. Ole Miss moving against the strong breeze. Alabama deploying its defense to try to contain the Rebels. Hyman is the workhorse. He is the deep back. Now there are 2 setbacks with Wade just behind the quarterback. Newell hands to Wade. Wade on the counter play. Gets about 2 yards to the 42, maybe the 41-yard line. Randy Bowen and Alvin Samples had a hand on that tackle. And it's going to be third down and 5 yards to go at the 42. Big play, a possession play for Ole Miss. 10-10 remaining in the first quarter. There is no score. Ole Miss in Alabama territory. Operating with a split right end with a strong side left. Bruce Newell, senior quarterback, calls the signals. Long count, man in motion, coming to the right. Newell rolls right, throws a swing pass that's completed and hit down immediately. Well, swing back, Bill Jones. Bob Stiles. And Sam Morse making a big defensive play. That actually lost about a half a yard. So it's fourth down coming. Fourth down coming, and Donnie Sutton goes in at safety. A good stiff breeze against the Ole Miss Rebels as Julian Fagan comes into front. A big defensive play again for Alabama. Fagan is back at front formation at his own 44. Here's the snap. Fagan punts. Wobbly kick. Sutton fakes his fair catch. It is going to be fielded and touched down by Ole Miss at about the 4-yard line. So Alabama is set well back. Sutton tried to make a fair catch, but the Ole Miss end flying down there under it. McClure was sure of it and made the tag at the 4-yard line. There's time out on the field with the score. Alabama nothing, Ole Miss nothing. Ole Miss basically in a 4-4 defense, but the slot to the left. Here's a handoff to Eddie Morgan, and he is knifed down, but hard by Claude Herard and Buzz Morrow. Short of that line of scrimmage, and Alabama's running attack has not been able to make a nickel against Ole Miss today. Alabama, if they have to kick, will be kicking with the benefit of a good strong breeze. Kenny Stabler under the center. with two setbacks and split throws right back to him. Stabler coming out. Stabler throws, incomplete. Thinking, and Roman got a little crossed up. Because Roman cut to the outside, and as he was cutting in, the pass was thrown well away from him. Touchdown Twins, Roman and Stabler trot off the field. I believe they're checking with each other to see what happened on that last play. Under the center is Steve Davis. He is going to shift into punt formation. Matthews again is back deep. Ole Miss may put a rush on him here. Here's the snap. Davis gets his stick away. It wobbles a little bit. Matthews is going to take it under the 42-yard line. He's swinging it back to the 35, to the 30, across the 30. I believe slip was called there at the 32-yard line. One of the Alabama boys was hurt on that and is hobbling off the field. Tommy Somerville trying to shake it off. Two officials are standing there. Both of them threw the flags into the melee at the 33.
Looks like a pit ball here, as it was a late hit, and also it was a hit on the part of Ole Miss, and that's a costly penalty to the Rebels because they got the ball on the Alabama 28-yard line. That backs them back to the 48-yard line, a 15-yard penalty from the point of infraction. So Ole Miss will take over on the Alabama 48-yard line.
Paul Bryant and Johnny Vaught having at it, but defense will be the order of the day. Hyman is the deep man as Bruce Ewell calls his signals. Long shot with his flanker to the left. Maybe he might have checked off here. Here's the pitch back to Hyman. Hyman to the 50. Hyman is hit by Bob Charles, but rolls off out into the 43-yard line. Eddie Pope came in to help Bob Charles out. A pickup of 5 yards from the 48 to the 43. Steve Hyman is 185, 5'11", and he runs with a lot of authority. He has been the workhorse, unlike previous years when fullbacks have carried the brunt. The tailback is doing it this year for the Rebels. Matthews is flanked to the left side as Nero takes on a 2nd and 5. He hands to Hyman. Hyman is hit and dropped for about a yard loss or do to lose. Mike Hall made the tackle after Mike Ford partially stripped the interference. Mike Hall jumped in and laid the temper to him, and we'll see he picked up a half a yard. Don Street, fullback for Ole Miss, and replacing Bobby Wade. Line of scrimmage is the 42.5-yard line. Third down, a short 5 yards to go. Strong side is to the right. Newell pitches back to Hyman. Hyman to the right side. Hyman battles his way to about the 36-yard line. I believe he got that first down. Eddie Pope made the tackle. It is first down for Ole Miss. As they umpire, it looks like one of the Alabama boys is shaking up on that. It's Stan Moss, who also took the brunt of that tackle, I think. Stan from here in Birmingham, a senior. It's first down for Ole Miss at the 37-yard line. In Alabama territory, 6:40 left. There is no score. Strong side is to the left as Bruce Ewell barks a long count at the line of scrimmage. Look at the Alabama defense. Here's the handoff to right. Fumble and recovered by Alabama at the 31-yard line. Robin Wade was hit by Mike Riley. And Dickie Thompson caught the ball almost in midair.
John, that was something that the fans could see because there was a big hole there, and all of a sudden Mike Riley was there, and he hit him high, and the ball stopped right down the middle into the hands of Dickie Thompson, who was back moving up from the safety position, and that's a big break for the Crimson Tide.
Big break because Ole Miss is on the move, but picking up a first down. They have 2. Alabama has 0. Kenny Stabler operating from a full split backfield. Long count by Kenny. Here's the handoff to David Chatwood, over right tackle. Chatwood moves forward for about 2 yards. Frank Trapp, the linebacker, came up to close him out. Claude Herod helping him out. Pickup of 3 to the 34. So it'll be second down and 6 yards to go. The clock moves with 6:10 left in the first quarter. No score. Alabama and Ole Miss in a tough defensive struggle before a shirt sleeve crowd of some 65,000 in Birmingham, Alabama. John Sutton from Blunsville is split to the left. 2 wide men with Holman way over. Here's the pass to Ed Morgan. It's incomplete at the 40-yard line. Alabama on a jump pass. Again, they have not been able to connect it, so it'll be third down and 6 yards to go. Moving fast and take a quick short toss from Kenny Stabler. They've tried it twice. Here's a big third down play for the Crimson Tide. Holman wide to the right. Stabler takes. He's rolling back. He's throwing to Holman incomplete at the 45-yard line. So Kenny Stabler having a little trouble with getting his aerial arm unlimbered.
Ole Miss spent most of the week working on pass defense, particularly in defense from Dennis Coleman, and on that play there were 4 players, all within 5 yards of Dennis Coleman, so they are looking to stop Alabama's big 1-2 combination of Stabler to Coleman, and Alabama still hasn't moved the ball on the ground.
Tommy James is the deep man. Dropping back in front formation for Alabama is Steve Davis. Here's the snap to Davis. Davis Booth, climbing six, going toward James at the 30-yard line. He takes it in at the 30. He's to 35, and he's really knocked down at the 37-yard line. Conrad Fowler and David Chadwood. Bruce Stevens down under that one to bring him down shy of the 36-yard line. There is timeout on the field of play with the score, Alabama nothing and Ole Miss nothing. For Sam Ross, the defensive left end for Alabama. The line of scrimmage is at 35 in Ole Miss territory. First and 10 for the Rebels. Newell hands to Heinman. Heinman gets maybe a yard. Mike Riley hit him. So did Scoggins. Pick up just about 1 yard. Second down and 9. Heinman got a couple of good gainers outside of his own right tackle. But Alabama apparently has adjusted to that defense because they have stopped him the last several slants that the young man has made. Bobby Wade looked kind of like a tank, low to the ground. Is the up back behind Bruce Newell as Newell calls signals on 2nd and 9. The pitch out goes to Steve Heinman. Heinman across the 38. Heinman to about the 39-yard line before he's finally rolled up. Mike Hall making the big play. Randy Barron also getting up from the bottom of that pile. The pitch up to the 39-yard line. It'll be third down, 6 yards to go. 4 minutes, 50 seconds left to play in the first period. There is no score. The Tide hoping to contain Ole Miss and make them front against a strong breeze, which the Tide has not been able to enjoy too much in this first period. Height is set very wide to the right side as Newell calls the count 3rd and 6. Maybe an automatic. Man in motion to the right. The Tide rotates the defense to it. Newell spinning out. Wants to throw. Wants to throw deep. And does throw. Low deep into the track. All the way over the bench. The intended receiver was Mac Height. But Newell threw that one probably out of harm's way if the truth were known. With the line of scrimmage just short of the 40-yard line, Johnny Sutton comes in for Alabama to play safety, and Dennis Holman is going back in twin safety. So Holman and Sutton to Steve Merchant to receive this kick, which Julian Fagan is in to boot. For Alabama, perhaps with a return set, gets the defensive line as Ole Miss looks at them. Alabama dropping a few men off. Here's the snap to Fagan. Scoggins put a rush on. The ball is going to Sutton. Sutton at the 24. Tries to fight away, but he cannot. A fine tackle by Mac Height, who just would not let Johnny Sutton get away from him and throws him down at the 23-yard line. So the kicking game has been very important for both squads, and Ole Miss has kicked very well against the wind. At the 23-yard line, Sutton actually took it at the 24 and tried to wriggle away from Height. But Height, although he is a split-end and offensive player, obviously has learned the rudiments of tackling well. Buddy Johnson up and over the ball as Alabama in the scoreless ball game sends Holman wide to the right side. Kenny Stabler takes. The handoff is to Kenny Martin. Martin gets maybe a yard as he goes to the 25-yard line. Herb Bannock made the stop. Second down, 8 yards to go. Exactly 4 minutes left to play. Jim Bannock, Sam Sarton, Buzz Mars. Sam told you before the game, they're built like pros. They're veterans like pros, too. Second down is the 25-yard line from the I formation. Stabler handing to Kenny Martin. Martin at right tackle. Gets out to perhaps the 27-yard line. Frank Trapp led the tacklers. Jimmy Keys, the fine senior linebacker from Laurel, also there to help out. Dennis Holman rolls wide to the right side on third down possession play for Alabama from the split backfield. It's Stabler looking out at Holman. 2 men double covering Dennis. Holman is the outside, takes the situation 1 man to the 40-yard line. It's finally rolled out. Paul Pride is over there, one of the officials, checking with him to see exactly where he did go out of bounds. Dennis Holman on his cutback eluded and makes that first down all the way up to the 41-yard line. Jimmy Haddock made the tackle, but that was a big play. I tell you, that Holman is like Quicksilver. Once he gets that football, he just seems to dissolve right out of tackler's arms. That's Alabama's first down of the afternoon. The ball on the hash mark on the far side, the east side of Legion Field. Alabama with the win. Here's the snap back to Stabler. Stabler looking. He is throwing out here to Sutton. Sutton takes it in at the 49-yard line in Ole Miss territory. Dillingham and Keys made a fine stop on him, but that's almost enough for the first down. We'll see if it's being measured. Coming in, Tommy Wade and Pete Gillaba. It is first down for Alabama. That's the initial signal. There is no score, but Alabama has moved from the Ole Miss 49 on the Stabler air arm. Sutton, short flanker to the left, Holman wide right. Here's the handoff to Gillibert. Gillibert fights for hard yardage up the middle. Panic wrapped him up, and Doug Morrow comes in to help out. Pickup of a half yard is that. That was certainly a clean, crisp tackle, but, brother, it was a hard one. These Ole Miss boys can really hit you. So Richard Brewer is in for Sutton at the flanker spot on the second down. 9.5 yards to go. Stabler with lots of time is being rushed down, hit, and drops back on his own 36-yard line. Buzz Morrow sailed through there. Urbanic helped him out, but Buzz Morrow, a redhead, and he must have looked like a sweet redhead to Johnny Vaughn on that play, throws Stabler all the way back to his 36-yard line. Third down, and very, very long yardage. So on a third down play, let's see what Kenny Stabler can devise. Dennis Holman very wide to the right. Stabler dropping straight back. He's throwing to Holman. It's completed on a great catch to Holman at the 48-yard line in Ole Miss territory. And I believe Holman has been knocked out. Dennis caught the ball off balance. The ball was trickling on his fingertips, and just about that time, the defensive back came up to make the tackle. It was a big swinging tackle, but he caught Dennis Holman. He had to go way up in the air off balance. And let's see if the injury is serious, because this, of course, could be disaster for Alabama. A big play by Dennis Holman. It's time out on the field, and this time out to score. Alabama nothing, and Ole Miss nothing. And now Alabama comes out trying to back in. Although that was a big gainer, it was a third down play and not sufficient for a first down. So Steve Davis is in the front for the last time with the breeze behind him. This half, anyway. Here's the snap. Big rush, but he got it away and floats one. That a fair catch is thrown for it to 12 and taken in by the safety man, Tommy James, at the 12-yard line. Now there is a penalty flag that has been dropped down in the neighborhood of the 40-yard line, and Alabama is being consulted. And now they are moving back upfield. And I haven't seen a preliminary signal, but they are moving back upfield. It would indicate probably a major distance penalty against Ole Miss if Alabama's going to take it, because 5 yards are not given the first down. They had Ole Miss boxed up on the 12-yard line, and now they are bringing the ball back to the line of scrimmage and putting it against Alabama apparently. Let's see. 5 yards against the University of Alabama. Illegal procedure. Play is well aware of the fact that how close it was. He's still in. 53 seconds left in the first period of a scoreless football game. Steve Davis dropping back about 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Here's the snap. He gets it away again. A big rush by the Ole Miss front four. Ball bounces on the 20. It bounces to the 10. Bounces to the 5. Bounces inside the 5, and it's down by Alabama. Well, that's the chance you take on a play like that. Ole Miss thought they could get better field position in the 12. Thought they might have had a chance for a run back, but as it worked out, the 5-yard penalty was a blessing in disguise for Alabama. And now Ole Miss is back in their own 4-yard line. Time running out, 40 seconds left in the first quarter, no score, and the clock is stopped right now, and the big Ole Miss is huddling, and they're just about set for action. Bruce Newell has his wing back, step to the right side. The handoff is to Heinlein. Heinlein gets to about the 5-yard line. Billy Scoggins dived in there after him, and he led the Alabama tacklers also as they roll up. Mike Hall was in there too. Pickup of about a yard to the 5-yard line. The clock moves, and of course Ole Miss wants to keep the football until the quarter, so they'll have the benefit of the winning if they have to kick out. Long count by Newell. The officials are looking at them. Very long count. And here's the handoff to his up-back Wade, who gets maybe 2 yards. Again, Scoggins and Randy Bowen jamming him. Bill Matthews is the wing-back. I think his number is 26, but he got something across the back. It looked like 25. I was just trying to check it. That is the end of the first quarter with the score. Alabama nothing and Ole Miss nothing. Formation is Julian Fagans as we open the second quarter, and Bobby Johns is drifting back. Bobby Johns drifts back at safety for Alabama. Here's the snap. Here's the boot. Johns waits for it at the 49-yard line, and is hit. Fumble the ball. There's a big pile up at the 48-yard line. Let's see. Well done and got it, John. I think they gave the whistle there. He thought he was on the ground, and his knee was on the ground when he was handling the ball. That's what it was, man. So the ball was automatically there at the 49-yard line. Gave a panicky feeling to a lot of Alabama supporters. You could almost hear the indrawn breaths all over. Dennis Holman is back in the football game, and I know that's good news for all Alabama supporters. Alabama with good field position, moving against the wind at the 49-yard line in Ole Miss territory. Opening moments of the second period, there is no score. Johnny Wade is in at one of the setbacks. Kenny Stabler, calling signals on a long count. Stabler to Chatwood. Chatwood on the trap play at left guard. Yates flat, 2 yards to the 47. On that trap play, linebacker Frank Trapp made the play. Jimmy Sears helped him out. Dan Sutton is also there. Second down and 8 yards to go at the 47-yard line. 14:30 left to play in the half. There is no score. Temperature in the low 80s. Dennis Holman goes wide to the left. Donnie Sutton is still not back there. Richard Brewer is in the I formation. Stabler takes, throws out to Holman. Holman takes it to the 45, gets away from one man, and is bumped out of bounds at about the 43-yard line. Bruce Dillingham is over there. Frank Trapp also. Pick up 3. Third down coming. Stands on Dennis Holman, third reception of the ball game. He now has 25 receptions, and this is only the third game of the year. 14-14 left in the half. There is no score. The three-straw, hard-hitting defensive struggle. Third down possession play for the Crimson Tide. Here's Stabler rolling to the right. Stabler coming back and is bumped out of bounds right in front of the Alabama bench on the far side of the field. Frank Stabler felt like he might be able to keep it and move on in, but the Ole Miss defense, particularly in the form of Big Jim Urbanic, moved him back. Alabama, fourth down coming. And they send Steve Davis into the ball game. Johnny James is in at safety for Ole Miss. The wind is dying down a bit as Alabama prepares to kick into the wind for the first time. Here's a snap to Davis. He blitzes it. A high floating kick. It's going to come down at the 7-yard line and calling for a fair kick and taking it in at the 7 is Johnny James. Steve Davis, that was a beautiful hanging kick. Even if you have to let your receivers, let your tacklers wait at the line of scrimmage under the new punt rule, I believe the way he hung that one, they could have made it. So far, the kickers have done better kicking into this than the others, because Steve Davis had a couple of shorties there in the first quarter, but he bringed that one way up like they wanted. It's Alabama, nothing. Ole Miss, nothing. Ike is cut to the right side. First and 10 is Bruce Newell. Direct attack from the Ole Miss 7-yard line. Long count by Bruce Newell from the I formation. Here's the handoff to Wade. Wade found a pretty good hole and got it up to the 10-yard line. Mike Hall closed it up, but that was sort of a little delayed trap. And 3 yards, well, let's call it 4 yards, just across the 10-yard line. Let's call it second down and 6. 16 minutes, 40 seconds left in the half. There is no score. Buck Harpo is in. Brownie Side comes in. Hall and Charles are your linebackers on a second down 6 call from the I formation. Here's the snap. Newell fakes, drops back, he throws. Completed to Mac Hike, but he was out of bounds, I do believe. A penalty flag thrown back at the 7-yard line. So Ole Miss, kind of a daring gamble there, and it almost paid off. Newell was open, but he was too close to the sideline, but the penalty has been called, and Alabama's doing some stuffage. Penalty flag is down on the 7-yard line. So far in the first half of this game, Ole Miss has been penalized once 5 yards and once 15 yards. Alabama has caught one 5-yard penalty. The third and 7 situation from the Ole Miss 11 to June. Julian Fagan, the fine Ole Miss punter, is in there, and he drops back into the end zone. Dennis Holman drops back to the 45-yard line as a single safety. Third down play, long count. Ole Miss is poised. Here's the snap. Here's the kick. Beautiful punch. It's driving Holman back to Alabama's 40-yard line. Holman takes it. Gets away from one tackle to the 40. I think the kick is going to be called over there. Chris has been called at the 35-yard line in Alabama territory. What a tremendous punch. 39, 49, almost a 59-yard kick. Mac Hike was down under there, and he was the young man that the officials judged to be clipped. And it was a close play, but he is a good, speedy man. And so Ole Miss on the kicking game has turned being backed up themselves to backing Alabama up pretty good now, as a 15-yard walk-off takes the ball back to the 20-yard line. And Richard Brewer are your two wide men. Kenny Stabler operates against the breeze now. Kenny Stabler is the quarterback. Here's the pitch back to Eddie Morgan. Morgan to the 25. Morgan gets them to about the 28-yard line. Chatwood helping him out with a block. Kenny Stabler got the wood laid to him, and his left arm is throwing on. Johnny James made the tackle. That was a pitch-out play to Eddie Morgan, who was a Mississippi boy himself, Hattiesburg, Mississippi. But the important part of that play might have been whether or not and how seriously Kenny Stabler was hurt, because he's obviously still bothered. Second down. The fake to Morgan, and Stabler throws, and he threw a full pass on that one, so his left arm is giving him trouble. It was intended for Dennis Holman. It'll be third down, about 2.5 yards to go, just shy of the 28-yard line in Alabama territory. No score, 12:36, left to play in the half. Barry Kilgore in at center. He replaces Billy Johnson. Pitch it back. It goes wide, and Chatwood recovers it at the 25-yard line. So Alabama loses 3 yards on that, and it's fourth down coming. Coming in is Steve Davis. And Steve will have to kick against the wind. Conrad Fowler also comes in replacing Homer. The line of scrimmage is the 25. Alabama unable to move the ball at all on the ground. Davis under the center. He's going to shift back into front formation. Line of scrimmage is the 25. Long count. Here's the snap. Davis shoots. Gets the climbing kick away that James waits for at the 37-yard line. He takes it down on his own 37, calls a fair catch, and the ball is down at that point. So it'll be first and 10 for Ole Miss at their own 37-yard line. 11:43 remain to play in the first half. There is no score in a bruising defensive struggle at Legion Field in Birmingham. The trainer is taking a look at Kenny Stabler across the way on the Alabama bench. Here's the snap to Newell. Newell fakes to Hyman. He's rolling to his right. Randy Barnes chases him. He throws, completed to the 42-yard line. Bill Matthews, the wingback, swung over to take that reception in at the 42. A pickup of 5 yards. Second down, 5 yards to go. And Don Street, the Greenville senior, comes rushing in to replace Bobby Wade at fullback. So Johnny Vaught, after having tried the Alabama ground defense, trying to open up the game a little bit. It's been a bruiser. From the I formation. Street is the immediate back. The handoff is to Street. Street busts over left guard. Gets to the 50 into Alabama territory at the 48-yard line. Mike Hall made the stop, and Mike Ford helped him out. They say his knee hit the ground at the Alabama 49, but it's more than enough for a first down. Ole Miss started this drive on their own 37-yard line. First down and 10 yards to go. Jimmy Parks, the senior center, rolls out. From the I formation, Matthews is flanked to the left side. Bruce Newell. Newell fakes to Hyman. He rolls out. He throws. Incomplete to Mac Ike at the 37-yard line. Mac Ike on a down and in, a sideline cut. But the ball was going a little bit too high for him, and Eddie Folks was on the scene anyway. Second down, 10 yards to go. To the Alabama 49. The incomplete forward pass stops the clock with 10:31 left to play in the half. There is no score, and as Dan has commented, no real scoring threat thus far in this big game, an SEC headliner between the Tide and Ole Miss. Sort of a must game for both teams. Mac Ike wide to the right side. As Bruce Newell calls the signal from the balance line. Alabama shifts its defense. Second down, 10. Newell looks. He on a take-off play. Now hands to Street. Street to the 45. Street to the 41-yard line. On a draw. Almost to the 40-yard line. Awful, and Brownie Sides made the stop. It will be third down. And 1 yard to go, right at the 40. The long yard. Ole Miss rolls it out. This is a big play here, and the fans here realize it. Third down, Bruce Newell. Alabama digs in a 7-man line. Here's the shoot by Bruce Newell. Actually, I think his handoff man went by him too fast. Newell turned one way, the handoff man went the other. So it's going to be fourth down coming. Fourth and less than a yard to go. So Johnny Vaught gives the Rebels the signal, go. And the Ole Miss fans across the way are cheering about it. Fourth, Alabama will set up their goal line defense on this. 9:30 left to play in the half. There is no score. Street is the fullback. The handoff to Street. Street dives over, and I believe he gets that first down. He got his first down as he dived over Alvin Samples and Mike Ford. Referee comes in, stops the ball, and they say, yes, it is. First down, Ole Miss at the 38-yard line. John Street, 6'1", just simply climbed over the Alabama wall of defense that time. 8:55 left to play in the half. Newell takes. Newell rolls out. He's going to swing right in himself to the 40, to the 30, and out of bounds at about the 28-yard line. Bruce Newell, who rolled right and found some daylight. Alabama's defense had been struck down, and he rolled around and took it inside the 30. One of the Ole Miss boys was hurt on that play. I believe it was a split end, Mac Ike. Mac Ike, and he is being replaced by Hap Farber, a Jackson, Mississippi boy. There is time out on the field with the score, Alabama nothing and Ole Miss nothing. Here they come. Wide right is Farber. Mac Ike came off the field under his own power. Second down and inches. The handoff is to Street. Street makes the first down as he slides off to about the 26-yard line. Alabama's rover, Robert Higginbottom, made the initial stop with Bob Charles helping out, but it's more than enough for a first down. That's first down number 5 for Ole Miss at the 26-yard line. Believe you me, the way Jimmy Keys can boom them, Ole Miss is very definitely in field goal range right now because they have the wind with them. First and 10 at the side, 26. Here's the fake to Hyman. Rolling out and throwing. Intercepted by Alabama. It's Robert Higginbottom. Higginbottom comes up to the 45, to the 50, to the 42-yard line, and into Mississippi territory. Talk about your big plays, and Robert Higginbottom is being mauled over there. And credit an assist to Billy Scoggin, who was pressuring Bruce Ewell as he flew into the sidelines on that one.
You know, for the Alabama fans, it's wonderful how the momentum can change because it looked like Ole Miss had the momentum and was going to take it in. And credit to the Alabama defender on the left side. He put tremendous pressure on the passer and made Ewell throw a bad pass. And Robert Higginbottom's interception suddenly has changed the complexion. And now with the ball at the 41-yard line, Alabama set to do business in Ole Miss territory.
Here's the snap to Stabler. Stabler is hit behind the line of scrimmage and thrown at the 45-yard line. A loss of 4. Pulling through was Bernie Campbell. Stabler rolls to the left, but could not make a nickel. Second down, and 14 yards to go. 7:35 left to play. So as Ole Miss threatened, Robert Higginbottom intercepted at the 17-yard line and ran it all the way down to the Ole Miss 41-yard line. Barry Willis is flanked wide to the left side. Dennis Roman very wide this way. Second down, 14. Dropping back is Stabler. Stabler is throwing incomplete as he whips one to Roman. And Ole Miss linebacker Frank Pratt got a hand on it, knocked it down at the 40.
Well, the Ole Miss strategy as far as pass defense is to only rush 4 or 5 men, and they are flooding the secondary with defenders. And although Stabler on many occasions has had all day to throw, there's nobody to throw to. And I just noticed Coleman there. And Dennis had really 3 defenders on him that time, and he's just not able to spot anybody. I think they're going to have to go to somebody besides Dennis Coleman if the passing attack is going to be effective this afternoon.
Here's Stabler dropping back. He throws to Chatwood. Chatwood is hit and knocked down at the 32-yard line, and he would have had a chance to get that first down. But a big defensive play by senior end Gary Richardson knocked him down at the 67-yard line. So that's a pickup actually of 8. Fourth down coming. Dan Ford is in at tight end. Coach Bryant talking to Steve Davis on the far side. A timeout has been called with 6 minutes, 48 seconds left to play. The score is Ole Miss nothing, Alabama nothing. Stabler drops back. He looks. He rolls to his right. He's throwing. Completed and down at the 32-yard line. Wait a minute. One official said complete and one official said incomplete, but regardless, it's still short.
That's right. I think they were just waiting that he did not pick up the first down. So Ole Miss gets the ball up at the 33-yard line, complete to Eddie Morgan. Again that time, while Stabler had all day to throw, because Ole Miss was rushing only 4 men, but they had the secondary flooded, and finally, in desperation, saw Eddie Morgan, but Eddie wasn't deep enough.
Carpenter, the wing back. Man in motion for Ole Miss, wrong in motion. The pitch back goes to Hyman. Hyman to the 40. Hyman is knocked down at the 45-yard line. Fumble, and I believe Alabama got it. That's it. Mike Hall and Billy Scoggins recovering an Ole Miss fumble at the 41-yard line. And although Ole Miss was in motion on an obvious penalty play, I'm sure that penalty will be declined. And Alabama gets the football again at the 42-yard line.
Ole Miss has had mistakes that have been very costly today. That is the second fumble they've lost. They've had a pass interception. And other than that, Ole Miss might be on the scoreboard right now, but on the big plays, they've made 3 big mistakes in the first half of this ball game.
Mike Hall was the author of that fumble as he hit Hyman a jarring blow and hit him high. The ball squirted out of his arms, and Billy Scoggins claimed it for the try. From the I formation with Chatwood, the fullback. Here's the rollout. The pitch to Danny Ford is completed to the 30. Ford fights his way to the 25-yard line. Danny Ford from Gadsden, Alabama, took the pass and fought his way to the 25-yard line. Tommy James made the tackle. As Stan told you, Ole Miss is blanketing the flankers and split people that Alabama is sending out with at least 2 receivers. So they're going to have to throw to the delaying back, to the delaying tight end, and that's what that was as the first down for Alabama on a 17-yard play. Stabler from the eye. Stabler fakes to Eddie Morgan. Stabler cutting outside to the 20. To 15, inside the 15. Oh, and Stabler might have gone, could he have gotten by that one man. It was a great defensive play, and Don Siegel's trying to pick him up. I think it was Bruce Dillingham, a possible All-SEC man, and he made a big play for Ole Miss.
I'm not sure, but he was either falling it down and reached out and grabbed the snake, but that was a great play.
It's first down for Alabama at the 15, and as you said, if Stabler had gotten by that man, he might have rambled all the way in. 5:20 left to play in the half. There is no score. Here's Stabler, pitching back to Chatwood. Chatwood gets the track back block from Holman. Chatwood goes to the 10-yard line before he is rolled out. Dennis Holman made a nice strike back on the end over there to turn that play and make a 5-yard gainer. Jimmy Keys pushed him out of bounds. Going in is Bobo Uzzle, defensive end for Ole Miss. At the pickup of 5. Second down 5. The out-of-bounds play stops the clock with 5:10 left to play. Mike Hall is in at offensive guard. Alabama in a slot formation. Stabler drops back. Stabler looks. Stabler throws. Complete to Holman for a touchdown. Stabler is being hugged by his coaches, and Stabler, let's give this kid plenty of credit, because Jim O'Panic really nailed him as he was in the process of throwing that ball. And Dennis Holman, Dennis the Menace, whizzing his way into the end zone for an 11-yard play and his 6th touchdown of the season. That's the 6th time that this combination has fixed the points in the Alabama scoreboard. And again, it was a 10-point pass by Stabler, because Holman was fairly well covered, and he's hitting with a beautiful pass. Steve Davis then to attempt the extra point. 5:04 left to play in the half. Here's the snap. The ball is placed down. The kick is in the air, and it's good. There's timeout on the field with the score. Alabama 7 and Ole Miss nothing. Alabama's been having its kickoff problems this year, and they'll kick against the fifth breeze late in the second quarter. Here's the kick. It bounces. It hit an Ole Miss man, and it's clean for Alabama. I believe at the 50-yard line. Alabama gets the ball at the 50. Third. Kicked a skimmer. It hit an Ole Miss man and bounced all the way back into the Alabama defenders. Tommy Johns and Dickie Thompson fought for the ball and got it right at the 50-yard line to Alabama. You know, that was an interesting onside kick because the ball was teed up, and apparently Curry just kicked the ball on the top half instead of the bottom half. And what a challenge to get where the ball hit off the left field wall or something. Conrad Fowler is in at one end. Dennis Roman is in at the other. 50-yard line. Stabler place. Hands to Kenny Martin. Martin fights his way before he is wrapped up by Jim O'Panic. Picks up one. Gets the ball into Ole Miss territory. Over to help out with Bruce Dillingham. Rushing into the ball game for Alabama. Barry Willis replacing Conrad Fowler. The clock is moving. Alabama out front 7-0. 4:40 left to play in the first half. Willis very, very wide to the right. Second down and 9. Stabler place. Fakes to Morgan. Drops back. Throws over the center, and it was incomplete to Holman and very nearly intercepted by Frank Pratt. Holman was running a curl pattern right over the center, and he had his man beaten, I think, but Pratt made a great effort. So it's third down and 9 yards to go. Coming in is Dennis Dixon at tight end, replacing Danny Ford. Holman wide to the right. Third down, possession play for the Crimson Tide from split backfield. Stabler fake. He's being pressured. He's trying to throw. He throws to Tommy Wade. Wade is hit at the 43-yard line in Ole Miss territory. Still short. Jerry Richardson made the stop on Tommy Wade. Again, as one of the backs came out of the backfield. So it's going to be fourth down, about 1.5 yards to go. The clock moves with exactly 4 minutes left. They look over at Coach Bryant, and he's about to send, he's going to send Mickey Lee in. Instead, he calls for a timeout, I believe. Timeout, Alabama. And it's first down Ole Miss, but missed by about an inch. Wilson has the ball play is fake. Tight forward, Sam through. The throw. Here's Hill back at the 30-yard line. The two Alabama ends. Mike Ford and Billy Snyder making a big play on Bruce Hill as they pour through and throw in for a 10-yard loss. Second down 20, and Bobby Wade goes in to replace Don Street at fullback. The clock moves with 3:25 left to play in the half. 7-0 Alabama out front. How else but from Kenny Stabler to Dennis Holman. The line is scrimmage, the Ole Miss 30. Alabama opens up that secondary some, figuring they have got to come throwing in the waning moments of the first half. Ford goes out to check a flanker on the wide side. Hill on a draw play to Bobby Wade, and Wade is hit at the 33-yard line. Bob Charles, Mike Ford, and Mike Riley. They to drop him after a pickup of about 4. It's 17 yards to go, 2:45 left, the third down play. Don Street goes in. Don Street and Bobby Wade, two fine senior fullbacks for Johnny Bart's Rebels. Wide to the right side is Charles Carpenter, the wingback. On a third down, long yardage play. Carpenter might have been in motion, and I believe he was. As rolling back is Bruce Hill. Hill launches right to 25, jumps to the 30, jumps to the 40-yard line as red jerseys swung him under. Mike Ford, Mike Riley. But a penalty play was down, and it was rather obvious that Charles Carpenter, the wingback, was moving forward before things actually got underway. Yes, we thought that Alabama will decline this penalty because Ole Miss did not get the yardage they needed, and if you look down on the field, John, you'll notice that Bruce Hill is limping slightly.
don't know if it's an ankle, not very badly, but just slightly inching as he comes off. Alabama's going to decline this penalty, and Ole Miss will be faced with a front situation with the ball at the 39-yard line.
Fourth down, 39-yard line. Julian Fagan has done the kick, and he is a tremendous punter, and he has the wind with him. So Alabama probably has the return of number 7 on. Long shot. Here's the snap to Fagan. Fagan gets his kick away, and it's a tremendous boost. It hits out of bounds at about the 4-yard line, so it will be walked up field and measured. We'll see where it is. At the 11-yard line is where the official strikes it down. When we said the 4-yard line, it was
Climax it with a 3-2. Power formation to the left. Stay to six. Stay to the Morgan. Morgan into the end zone over left tackle for a touchdown. Well, it was certainly rather fitting that the Little Hattiesburg, Mississippians scored that touchdown because his tremendous running was the highlight of that drive, which was an 88-yard drive. And not only did he bring Alabama their third touchdown, but he ate up a lot of time on that shot. It went for 13 minutes and 42 seconds left in the game to put Alabama ahead 20-0. And in the revival of this series, this is the first time Alabama has scored 3 touchdowns on Ole Miss. So we have Steve Davis attempting the extra point. The kick is in the air, and it is good. There is time on the field with the score, Alabama 21 and Ole Miss nothing. 16-yard line. To the 20, set up the field. He's ready. Comes going to the 36-yard line before he is finally wrapped up and down. Mike Homer, the special team. Mike John. Bobby John. Bobby a little bit shaken up on that one. That was Miles Prestridge that made that kick off, and he only got a run up of about 24 yards. At the 36, Ole Miss to the wind of the back, 13-30. That's the play in the football game. The side out front by 3, 21-0. First play Salyer. Salyer hands to Bowen. Bowen is rode under. Billy Scoggins made the big play on that. Mike Homer is also in for the first time other than on the special team. Chris Stewart and Prestridge, nearby Prestridge, goes on. Buck Popper also helped out on that one. That was a 1-yard pickup. Good defensive play then by Alabama. Ole Miss with the strong side to the right. Corey Salyer, the sophomore, rolls out on the spin out to his left. Goes back. He cuts up the middle. He's hit as he gets to the 40-yard line and down. Buck Popper played the counter. And Paul Postgun. Postgun was hurt on that one. Brady hurt his knee. It's nothing, and he's going to hobble off the field. Paul Postgun from Tuscaloosa. Passing on is Randy Down. Coming in. Third down at the 40-yard line. About 6 yards to go for the Ole Miss Rebels on the third down play. Spinning out. I'm throwing the Salyer. Salyer completes it to Carpenter. Carpenter is thrown out of bounds by Robert Higginbottom. After he gets his first down, I believe, at the 47-yard line, still in Ole Miss territory. It is enough for the first down. And it stands on my estimation. But that was the first down grounded by Ole Miss in the second half. Tribute to the tremendous defensive play of Alabama. The Alabama plays back to pocket 12-22 left. The slide out front, 21-0. Here's Salyer, rolling back. He lifts and wants to throw. He's running the goal. The 50-yard line. He is hit down. He's running hard. The sophomore to the 46-yard line in Alabama territory. He's there with Higginbottom and Homer. Into side territory at the 46-yard line. Mike Moore comes in the play. Mike Moore, rather, comes in the place of Mike Homer. That's right end on the defense for Alabama. And Bob Charles replaces Eddie Rogers as one of the linebacker spots. Second down. About 3 yards to go at the 46-yard line in Alabama territory. The strong side is right. There's a pitch out on the strong power play to Bowen. Going to the 45. Bowen fights his way through about the 42-yard line. Mike Hall and Eddie Pope made the stop on the far side of the playing field at about the 42. It should be enough for another Ole Miss first down. Alvin Campbell is conversing into the ball game. He replaces Brownie Side. The second first down in a row. As Bowen's making a pass to get on the scoreboard to get back in the ball game. 11-15. That's the play in the football game. Alabama out front 21-0. Mike Height is the flanker to the right side. Salyer on a first down play. Rolls out to his left. Rolls almost intercepted by Alabama's Bobby Johns as it's headed off the fingertip of Bowie Bowen. Johns made it down for it. Could not get it. Second down family. Incomplete pass stopping the clock with 11:03. Left the play in the football game. The last was on an 88-yard drive, principally on the ground. Second down play to Alabama, 31-yard line. First is being called by sophomore Corey Salyer. Long count. Salyer first. Takes his hand up the board. Drops back. He wants to throw. He does throw incomplete to Matt Height at the 30-yard line. Height is running up down and out pattern several times and been almost out of bounds by the time the ball has been thrown. Ole Miss hasn't had a lot of success over the past. I had a 42 quarterback for the time. 15 times to have any defense. Alabama's secondary must be doing a real fine job of setting those receivers. This is a third down possession play. Carpenter cuts it away. Goes to the right. Goes. It is incomplete. He thought he was out of bounds on the far side of the field. He might have been shaken up a little bit as he rolled into the bench across the way. One of the Alabama fans over their fans was on the okay. Well, that's the same thing as Wilson wanted to go. That's why the fans moved off. Because the Ole Miss person told him was up long enough, and by the time the fans was out, Mike thought was out of bounds and that's only a sideline marker when he gets the football. Third down and 8 at the 34-yard line. We're again a big third down play. Ole Miss looks over the Alabama defense. We've got a touchdown rush in front. O'Connor, back, goes left. He wants to go deep. He gets it down. He's headed out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. Randy Barnes had a hand in it, but his tackles and riders. So after 30, he will still be short of the first down by almost 5 yards. So it's fourth down. 10:07 left to play in the game. 21-0. Alabama over Ole Miss. Ole Miss unquestionably going for this one. Let's see what they will unforce at the Thompson Fighters. Offensive lineman, Wilson on. Tiger, first. Rolls to his right on a run-pass option. Throws completed to the 25-yard line, and I believe that's enough for the first down to Carpenter. Carpenter was hit by the rover. He played a federal, but I believe that's enough for the first down. Hunter still a little Terry Tiger, putting on the fire when he had to hit his man. Got it to the 23-yard line, first and 10. The Confederate flag waving across the way in the Ole Miss reading section. Also has a cross on his left hand down in the Ole Miss team. Back in action here. Terry Tiger, the rest of the Ole Miss attack. Goes out left. A run pass option. Yes. Goes into the end zone. It is completed for a touchdown for Matt Height. Terry Tiger on a 23-yard pass play to Matt Height. This Ole Miss back in the game. That's just a little slip bomb after the Ole Miss reading section. Fireworks and firecracker are coming. The section, whatever it is, is burning and causing a lot of smoke. Throw it into the north end zone and feel that. I think the Alabama defender on that play fifth. He's unable to stay with him. And so Jimmy Freeze is going for a temporary extra point. There's a snap. It's first down. The pitch is in the air. It is good. With a time out in the field with a score Alabama 21, Ole Miss 7. That's the goal. Jimmy Freeze works. There's the whistle. It is an onside kick. It's taken in up to the 40-yard line. Running it back for Alabama to the 42-yard line. It's Hunter Hudson. Hunter Hudson brought it to the 42. So they did make an onside kick attempt, and Hudson brought it back to the 42, giving Alabama good field position. Alabama looks like Bruce Kelly will be the quarterback on this series. As Coach Bond is going rather liberally to his finishing with him. This looks like the jet, the offensive unit. That will push over. Richard Biggs, wide to the left. Mike Jones, wide to the right. We'll pick up the setback for you in just a moment. Phillips, running back. Here's Rick as he throws, and it goes incomplete. He was nailed by Magna Ford, the right hand, and poured in on him. Pete Phillips is one of the setbacks. Dennis Stegler coming on. Phillips and Hunter Hudson are the two setbacks. And Philly just barely got that one away. He might have lost it by the fumble route. And Stegler, operating quarterback. Here's the handoff to Hudson. Hudson battles his way up to about the 44-yard line. Brings more and 12 yards. Brought him down. Ole Miss undoubtedly with some good momentum after that final 23-yard touchdown throw from Tiger to Matt Height. Nathan Weston comes in at offensive tackle. Against Alabama is going to be Weston 15 men. Here's Stegler pushing on the counter play. Hudson seems to in his way. He stops up and probably lost about a yard. Well, Alabama will be kicking, and they'll be kicking against the Bees. Gerard was the major tackle. Advance helping out. Fourth down. Evan Tigers got a plan to run the Jets run over the wire cut to Kentucky. Davis back to pitch. From 10 yards deep. Here's the snap. He beats it. Good pitch. Driving zone. Back to the 20-yard line. He pulls it in. He's running right. He's big in. That's right. He gets away from one line. He's finally driven back. We're about the 17-yard line. Conrad Fowler was the man who was the setback, cut in the bones, and dropped him. The corner said he'll push it just out of the 18-yard line. Going to be first and 10 for Ole Miss. 8:05 left to play in the game. Alabama out front 21-7. He'll be the quarterback. He's looking 10 yards to go. 6 to it. Offensive captain going on person Hank Stroud from Monroe, Mississippi. Scott Lewis is 7:40 left to go. Matt Heiss is put on to the left side. Terry Sawyer is the quarterback in the half formation. The first to down rolls out. It is incomplete. Intended for Carpenter. Vicky Thompson over 7. Going to be third down. 10 yards to go. At the 18-yard line in Ole Miss territory. Using his tight end as messengers as Thomas Bob is now trying to foul something. Well, this is a real good play because it's a different play for him. These guys can push it. They don't know where they're going because they don't get the first down. But it's been a real fun football game. Sawyer, the first man, rolling out his left. He wants to throw. He does throw. To the 30-yard line, complete for the first down. Matt Heiss was immediately hit by Bobby Jones. But Sawyer really played that too. Give this boy a lot of credit. From here, Mississippi, just the sophomore, and then will be hearing the run. First and 10 on the big play. Now Silver Forestry, putting them out of trouble. Ole Miss using his spin-out pass, not the pocket side of the pass, but the spin-out, either left or right. Sawyer from the 30-yard line, spinning out this time, to the right. Wants to throw back to the middle. He does completing at the 40-yard line. And that will be close to another first down. Couldn't see it right to the receiver. He was good immediately by Ricky Thompson. First down for Ole Miss at the 40. So they're getting from around 18 up to the 40 and have a first and 10 at that point. Tom Neely, less than 7 minutes to go in the football game. 21-7 Alabama out front over the Ole Miss trouble. Carpenter, the running back to the left. Matt Heiss is swept to the opposite side of Alabama's versus defense. Voting on Terry Sawyer. The first is snap. Sawyer rolling to the left. He's getting the red foot on him. He's just away from one hand. Hurdle to the 40. Sliding away on the side at the 41-yard line. It's nice down outside. Finally caught up with him. But he found a loss of about 7 or 8 into a gain of 1 as he got back to the 41-yard line. Third down and 9 yards from him. Alabama holding the secondary well. Okay, here's another one of those big plays down the field. This is on a set. At least across the way, the fullback goes forward with the second down play. What is the second down play from the 40? A beg your pardon. The line of stones goes to 39 to 42 as Sawyer rolls to the right this time. He is getting a block. Now throws completed to the 47-yard line to the 50. And under Alabama territory goes Charles Carpenter. Finally down by Mike Ford. By Robert Higginbottom at the 547-yard line. So Ole Miss is not given up yet by any manner of means. First and 10 for the Rebels at the 547-yard line. Giles goes in. Here is Macy's 6-6. Ole Miss has moved the ball up dramatically from their own 18-yard line into Alabama territory. Sawyer says, takes the hand off here, and it's left. Forward, and incomplete. Intended for Bourne at the 45-yard line, it was incomplete. David Bedwell is following over on the play. That's the field probably in the high 70s now. Not very many fans have started to it. It's a crowd of almost 70,000. And hands to watch the 25th renewal of Alabama versus Ole Miss. That's Ole Miss to the left. Right on music for Ole Miss. Coming up to the right. It's Sawyer. Sawyer's going to run it. He gets to the 45-yard line before he is wrapped up. John Morris was the principal tackle on that, making a big play. Buffalo and Randy Bond also had a hand. Third down now and 8 yards to go. Fourth division. Taking in Davies. The Ole Miss comes it up. They have the slot to the left. The long running side is to the left, and that's the way Terry Sawyer goes. The running looking, throwing, and completed the 32-yard line. Making a diving effort for it. But unsuccessful with Matt Heiss, and the Davies got to knock the breath out of himself as he rolled over making an effort for that. Football, because there are two touchdowns on. One was put him here in that campaign, sir. And I was thinking he was going to pass for this time. He was going for it to fear, and down the play in was Zach Carter replacing Matt Heiss, who was taking it from that right. So it's fourth down, a big play for both sides. Alabama pauses, waiting for the Ole Miss attack. Sawyer, coming up, up the gap. He's rolling first up, going downfield. It is incomplete. Bob Giles might have had a shot at it on the second. It's intended for Charles Carpenter, but the ball goes over to Alabama at their own 45-yard line. Ole Miss making a gallant comeback as they move the the 60-yard line to the 49-yard line of Ole Miss territory. Eddie Morgan, Central battling his way up. Running wide, Glenn Cannon made the stop. But it's a 6-yard pickup for Eddie and Forney Willis from Dothan, Alabama. Fine sophomore runners, both on the facing Eddie Morgan. Wide is Mike Jones to the left. Wade and Chatwood on two setback. Here's the handoff to Chatwood. Chatwood fights his way and is hit down at about the 45-yard line in Ole Miss territory. About a yard short. That was a terrific collision of Mike McClure and Jimmy Freed after the tackle on David Chatwood and Fairhope. Now King Morgan comes in. Morgan for Home California with 3:45. That's the play in the football game. 21-7. The crowd out front. Over the Rebels of Ole Miss. Important on to shoot the ball. Here's Kelly coming out. 36, now 50. Here's in the air. Wade is hit behind the line of scrimmage and thrown down by Sonny Jones. Making a good play. Well, Sonny Jones, Alabama is denied that first down, so from the far side, Steve Davis comes standing back in. Coach Clark walking halfway out the field with him. As Davis comes in and so does Conrad Fire. That was a loss. Back to the 46-yard line. Roughly 3 minutes remaining to play in the contest. 21-7 Alabama out front. Here's the snap. Here's Bishop. The high, lazy, firing kick. The first kick is going far and taken on at the 20-yard line by Thomas Green. He could really see the line, push that one, and just literally hang it up there. So Ole Miss with 80 yards away from the touchdown. They only have 3 minutes and 40 seconds left in which to operate. Alabama is checking into the play. So the Wilsons are secondary up. That's operation running right over the center. Long time by Paul Collier. Collier spinning out to his left. One pass option. He is throwing. Completed on a great pass to the 33-yard line of Charles Carpenter. A terrific pass by Carpenter as he drives between 2 Alabama defenders to take it in and prevent a first down for the Ole Miss Rebels. For Alabama, who is going to replace the tackle. For Alabama, open for right with the quickest man possible to get back to the back. 13 yards position by Paul Collier, who sets up a slot to the right this time. As he rolls to the right. He takes the pass now, he throws, completed and out of bounds. It's not tight, at about the 48-yard line. So that down and out pattern finally works that time. The timing was perfect. And Ole Miss will be operating at the 48-yard line in their own territory, first and 10. As he steps out of bounds, he'll stop the punt. It's 1:58 left to play. 21-7, Alabama out front. Ole Miss trying to get back at him. Punt out and over the ball for the Ole Miss Rebels. Collier with a first and 10 situation. Let's over the Alabama defense. Long punt. Now Collier is rolling to his left. One pass option. Oh, pass complete at the 38-yard line in Alabama territory. Bobby Jones is over 7. Jones and Hart rolled into some ground players there on the sideline with some of the Ole Miss players there. 1:52 left to play in the game. And it's coming to the Ole Miss 38-yard line. Second down, 10 yards to go. The right to the name since the start of the second half. Slot formation was to the right. Paul Collier. Halfway through down street, and he is wrapped up after about a yard of still going. Alabama is looking for that one. Randy down, Braden down. And Ole Miss, I believe, is going to call time out to stop the clock with the 1:41 left. That's 22 seconds for first identification. This is the Alabama Football Network. Dominating the first on the first ball game. And after a long break for the first half, the Alabama takes a game from one break and score a touchdown. The 5-2 on the right, in the second half, they were able to put on. Goes to 45, to 50, to the 45, to the 40. This is led to the 35-yard line. Beautiful run by quarterback Paul Collier. Here's that down. First time out again. 1:26 left, and I believe that will be the last time out that Ole Miss has. Paul Collier on a fine run. It's now 16 yards. Picked up the first down. It's 35-yard line in Alabama territory. Collier has real good quickness and speed, and he's 34 left to run at a fine run to the 35. The clock is to the left this time. Collier tries to as he takes, rolls to the right. Throwing, completed in the 30 and down the middle and out of bounds. It's down street. He's been out of the quarterback and out of the back there, and it's headed out of bounds, left side the 30. And it's inside the 30. And that's a pick up of 345 yards and still second down 5. 1:22 remaining to play in the game. 21-7 is the score. There's a man at the south end zone who wanted to climb up on the rear post, but one of them on the green blue, whatever it is. Second down and 5 pass. One more down.